Hello, hi, you good? Yeah, I'm good too. So why is Liz Nicole here today? As you can see, I have a book, and if I were you, I will grab a book and I'll grab a notebook and a pen because what I'm going to share with you here, I don't think there is any other person who has shared with you out there. And if they have, they haven't really explained it well to a point that you're able to understand. So what am I going to do today? I'm going to share with you 5 mistakes that job seekers make when they're applying for a job position. As a recruiter, I experience so many challenges when sourcing for the right candidate to fill a particular job position. So I just want to share with you some of these issues or some of these challenges that recruiters experience caused by the job seekers themselves who are really into a desperate position. They want to land a particular job and they just want to secure employment. So what are these mistakes? If I were you, I'll grab a notebook and a pen because as you can see, this is more of talking. I'm not going to write anything, then nothing is going to appear on the screen. This is basic video. What's important here is for you to get what I'm saying. So just grab that notebook and a pen and then we can get started. And remember, don't forget to subscribe to my page, or rather don't forget to like and follow my page. You can also comment in the comment section about what you think about the video, and so you can also recommend some of the things that you want me to be talking about that you feel that you are experiencing out there in the field as a job seeker or as an employer. Please also don't forget to share this video with your network. The idea is to reach so many audience that everyone can benefit from this things that I'm going to share with you today. So I hope you already have your pen in your notebook. So let's get started. What are these things? What are these mistakes that a job seeker makes when applying for a job position? Number 1, I have reading too as well. So it's not that I have crammed them or something. I know them, but I just want to go in order. So number 1, sending forwarded CVs or forwarding CV to an employer or to a recruiter. So let's face it, you've stumbled upon this job position or this job advert, and then you now want to apply for it. And I feel like you're so in a rush that you really don't want to sit down and just compose an email and then put an attachment about your resume and cover letter, and then you do what? Send it to that particular email that has been provided in the job advert. So what do? You just go into your phone and then you just forward an email to a recruiter, a CV to a recruiter. Trust me, I am not clicking that email. If I am a recruiter, and believe me, I am representing so many recruiters out there. If I am a recruiter, I am not clicking that email. I am not opening that email because that shows lack of seriousness. You really need to prove to me that you are worth it. And you have to do that by start being as serious in your application process. When you come upon a job advert, what you're supposed to do is to go through the job description or the advert, then see if you're really qualified. Also check the deadline. Once you realize that you're still in time or in line with that job description or advert, what do? You now sit down and edit your resume or customize it to meet the needs of that job advert. And then you now go to your email and compose an email and then write that email that is in the job advert in that option here too. Write that email and then write the subject line. And then you just say, please find the attached my resume and cover letter for your perusal. Then you attach those 2 documents, click send. It is as simple as that. So if you send me a forwarded resume, I'm not going to click on that because definitely you've shown me that you're not serious and you're not that interested in that position. So no, I'm not clicking that email. That's one mistake you really need to avoid because trust me, it's one of the reasons why you're not getting interview invites. You might be the right candidate, but because they're not following the procedure, we have so many CVs we have to go through. Like if I have 1,000 CVs, I'm not going to click an email if you just forwarded me some damn CV. So please, just do what? Follow the right procedure. The second mistake that we make is applying for any job. Yeah. Let's get real. Let's get real. I have advertised for a position, let's say a cost controller in a hotel, right? Or in a restaurant. So that's the job that will guide me in shortlisting candidates. So if in your subject line you're going to say I'm applying for any job, then it means that you know very well that you're not qualified for that job. Because if you're qualified for that job, why don't you just say application for the position of a cost controller, period, as your subject line. And then you do what? You attach your resume and your cover letter and then submit it. Applying for any job position, I'm sorry, that one I'm not clicking. And not just me, any other recruiter will not click, no matter how desperate they are to fill a candidate. If you're just shows that you're desperate, you're looking for any job. So if I give you this job and then you get a better offer somewhere, or you get now a job in your industry, or you are in your you get a job in your specific qualifications, you'll now drop this one and then go to that one. So no, I'm not hiring any person who's just going to tell me I'm looking for any job. I hope you understand that. It's as serious as it is. And I'm going to share with you later on in the coming weeks a video on networking. I think that's why you may be in a position to not just say, yeah, I'm looking for something to start up, to grow my career. Don't just say any job, okay? So that's something for another day. For today, let's focus on this. Number 3, you're not including an email subject in your application. You see, you're receiving that email that says no subject. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. If I'm a recruiter and I receive an email that up there it says no subject, trust me, I'm not going to click that email. Do you know why? Let me break this down to you. So I am a recruiter. I'm not definitely, sometimes I may be only advertising for one position, but sometimes I may be advertising for more than one position. For instance, let's say I have 3 clients today. One is looking for a cost controller, the second one is looking for an operations manager, and the third one is looking for a HR assistant, right? Remember, I only have one database for all these CVs. So I'm going to send my adverts out there on all job posts, social media platforms. So once I'm done, it's just be my turn now to wait for the resumes to come in. This is when I'm going to receive more than 1,000 CVs. Okay, just put yourself in my shoes. You have an inbox there with 1,000 CVs, and you need to go through each one of them. And as a recruiter, organization is very important, and planning. So if I decide that I'm waking up today in the morning, remember I'm a remote recruiter, so I just work from home sometimes. So if I say that I want to wake up at 4 a.m. today and I want to deal with cost controller CVs only, and then later on, probably let's say 10 a.m. in the morning, I will deal with HR assistant CVs, and then in the evening, I will deal with operations manager CVs. So what happens when I come to my inbox? I am only going to click those emails with subject line cost controller, application for a cost controller position, application for cost controller positions. Those are the only emails I will click. It doesn't matter whether they're not qualified or they're not qualified, but that is now the whole process of shortlisting. We'll go through each and every CV to see who has the requisite qualifications for that particular job. So what am I going to do? I'll just be clicking them, then see. If you qualify, I shortlist you. If you don't, I discard. If you qualify, just the same way. And then at 10 a.m. I focus now on the HR CVs. Then later in the evening I focus on the operations CVs, right? So which means that where do you fall if you did not include an email subject in your CV? I'm not going to click your CV. I don't have time for that. Recruiters don't have time to click a CV without a subject line. Put that in your mind and let it stick. No one is going to click on a job, on an email that does not have a subject line. Remember, I need to go through over 1,000 CVs. So I'm going to ignore your CV. Actually, just go and discard them even before I check it. It doesn't matter whether you're qualified, because it also shows that you really don't follow instructions. Like, who sends an email without a subject line? Like, in which era? Not this one. So please, when sending an email, when you're sending in your applications, ensure that you include a subject line. A subject line that talks about the job position. So for instance, if it's cost controller, just say application for the position of a cost controller, application for the position of HR assistant, and so on. Please don't forget that. It's very important. Number 4. I didn't know that one day I'll ever stumble upon this, but I was so shocked when I did. Like applying for a job without a CV. Okay, now this one, she's or he's very clever. He has included a subject line. Let's say he has said application for a cost controller position. Wow, so you like it, you can click it. Then you find that no, there is a difference between when someone has forgotten attaching a CV and then someone who hasn't just attached the CV. So this person says, hi madam, I am applying for a position of a cost controller. This is my phone number and my email. Get in touch. Did you follow the instructions? What did the instructions say on the email advert? On the job advert? Submit your cover letter and resume to this email address. That is what you're supposed to do. So you're not going to ask me to get in touch with you regarding a job application. It's you to send in your details of your application for me to consider if I'll get in touch with you or not. I set the standards. You don't get to set the standards at this stage. Probably later on when you're negotiating salaries and working hours, yeah. But now, I set the pace. You follow. I write the instructions. You follow. So please, make sure you attach your cover letter and your resume. If they've said resume only, please don't include a cover letter. Just send in your resume. Just avoid all these unnecessary additional details. It really saves on time as well. So that's also important. Don't ever apply for a job without attaching a CV. Right? We're good? I almost asked any questions, but just like I said, any questions you can just put them in the comment section, and then I can get back to you. With probably another video responding to those questions, or I can just respond to you in the comment section, or I can write an article about it, responding it. Yeah, you can just go to my page, the HR Spotlight, then you can read all about it. Now, the final mistake that job seekers make when applying for a job position. This one, I'm going to laugh at it fast because this is something I used to do. You know, when you're desperately applying for a job, you're going to do whatever it takes to increase the chances of landing a job. So yeah, I totally understand, but I'm here to tell you the truth. Remember, the spotlight is to shed light on some of the things that we feel that are so minute, but they have a great impact on our job application success rate. So yeah, number 5 is submitting in your application past the deadline. I am sorry, I know someone else out there will tell you, just apply even if you don't qualify. Just apply even if the deadline has passed. I am sorry. Remember, we work with time, right? If I say that the deadline is on 3rd November, and then you're sending in your application on 4th or 5th or 6th November, I'm just going to direct them to spam folder, and I'm not going to check them. Do you know why? Remember I told you the 1,000 CVs I'm supposed to go through them? Yes, I'm continuously receiving other CVs. Remember, the deadline has not yet elapsed. So in one day, I already have 1,000 CVs. In just 2 days, I'll probably have 3,000 CVs. And before you know it, you are at 5,000 CVs. So the reason why I put a deadline is to give me enough time to go through all these CVs and try, to just get the right person for my client. It's so overwhelming to go through all these resumes. It's so overwhelming. And remember, I cannot ignore any of them because I may just ignore the candidate. I may just miss the candidate that I'm supposed to shortlist and probably may end up being the best candidate of all. So yeah, I have to go through each and every one of them. Sometimes that is if you go through the first 200 and you're not getting anyone, you just keep going on the next 200, the next 200, and before you know it, you're at 1,000. So when I say that my deadline is 3rd November, that I mean it, so that I have enough time to go through this. Imagine going through the email and then those CVs have been displaced. You don't even know where to start because you have another extra 1,000 CVs and have been submitted past deadline. So I have just customized my database software to a point that when the deadline has elapsed, I don't receive it, and I don't receive any more CVs. So you're just wasting your time. You know what happens? If someone says just apply, probably they might not have gotten the right candidate and they may consider you. First of all, I'm not going to consider you because you've not followed instructions. The advert says the deadline is on 3rd November. So past that, you have failed to follow instructions. If I were you, this is what I'll do. In case the company or the recruiter does not get the right candidate, what we usually do is we re-advertise for the position. So when we re-advertise for that position, that means that we did not get the right candidate. It is at this point where you come in and do what? Submit your resume, and this time make sure that it is within the deadline. It's as simple as that. Very simple. Guys, these things seem so minute, they seem unimportant, but trust me, they're great determinants when it comes to increasing your success rate of securing a job. Before I consider interviewing you, you need to prove to me that you've actually followed these basic instructions, because once I give you a job, there are things that I'm really going to expect, that you'll be following instructions, you'll be coming to work on time, you'll be completing these on time. So if you're not going to comply with these small things, as you call them, trust me, none of the recruiters or the hiring manager will really have confidence in giving you a chance. I'm sorry. It's as serious as this, and you really need to change on that. You really need to change your mind on that. Your mindset, actually. You just try to follow the right instructions. Just follow instructions. Just do the right thing, and you'll get the job. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, like it, comment, share. And just like I said, we are coming up with a YouTube channel as well, and I'm going to share with you more on that later. But for now, what's important is to get what I have taught here today. It's very important, trust me. If you follow these instructions and then you get a job, or you just land an interview, you know what's important is for you to land an interview, and then you can now defend yourself for Kombele. But as for now, thank you so much for watching. If you have any objection, if you have any comment, any criticism, any support, you can always comment. Put that in the comment section. Thank you so much, and bye for now.